High 63 degrees. Right now, 38 degrees, mostly fair. Weather edge at weather radar is clear.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. I'll tell you, I love the sunshine, but about the only thing I love more than the sunshine is going over to Trice Hughes and sliding in one of those vehicles and then opening up the sunroof. Guess what I did yesterday? I was driving around in my truck with the sunroof open completely, the windows down. It felt fantastic. And the more we go through March, the better that weather is going to be. And I know, four-wheel drive in the middle of the winter is fun, but man, how about when it's sunshine, it's warming up and you can hit those mud puddles. You know how you do all of that? Go over to Trice Hughes and say, hey, Tess said that you had some of these four-wheel drives over here. I'm going to tell you what, they've got a lot full of them that'll take you anywhere from church to school and then out to LBL to go rambling around and find a mud puddle. I'm telling you, it'll do absolutely everything. Those back seats are huge. You know, back in the day when you'd have to be the guy that sit behind all the guys that were in the front seat. No. You want to be that guy because it's huge. There is so much room in the second or the back seat. The crew cabs, they've got all of it over there, and they're slick. Those colors this year are just ridiculous. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily, you may not want a truck. You may want something more like an SUV, or maybe you're somebody that would, you want to look sporty in that sports car. Of course, this is the time of year to do it, I'm telling you. Go over and see them at Trice Hughes. They can help you out. You know what? I got to say a big thanks to them. I had some, let's say, some spring updates that needed to happen with my truck. It was over there just the other day, and you know what? They got me fixed up. They got me on the road, and here I go. I'm going right down there. It gets me to work every single day. So I appreciate them because I know when it doesn't, and there's going to come that time when you got problems, that's when their service department kicks in. Anything from sales to service to, well, let's say that you and Bambi had a fight and she won. Well, they've got a body shop for that too. If you want accessories put on your vehicle, they actually have certified employees and certified technicians that know what they're doing and can order the right part, and then you don't have to worry about, am I going to make it or am I not? That's not a question you have to ask. Give them a call, 365-5522 at Trice Hughes. You know what? That's 91 North in Princeton. It's right across from our WPKY studios. A lot full of something to fit absolutely everyone, every price tag. It'll fit your wallet no matter what situation you're in. Give Trice a try and tell them we sent you. You can actually look around their lot without leaving the recliner. TriceHughesGM.com, or again, give them a call, 365-5522.
Need cash fast? ABC Finance is open with social distancing implementations in place. They believe it's more important now than ever to get a handle on your finances.
Hi, this is Jody Lamb at the Princeton ABC Finance location.
And this is Todd Morris at the Hopkinsville location.
At ABC Finance, we don't just provide loans, but we also provide valuable advice to help you get your credit in better standing.
Our friendly team of professionals has your best interest in mind. We celebrate with you when your finances improve.
We encourage you to like our Facebook page, ABC Finance Company. Many of those useful tips are posted daily on our page, including tons of community info and motivation for the day.
To view social distancing guidelines and safety measures, like and follow ABC Finance Company on Facebook. ABC Finance is located off Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville next to O'Charlie's, then Princeton and the Princeton Plaza. Apply for loans online or simply give them a call. They'll take your application over the phone. ABC Finance, all loans subject to normal credit approval.
Travel in the Bluegrass with Holstall and Watts has another busy week. Alan, where are you traveling this week?
We preview this weekend's Kentucky Farm Bureau Beef Expo with John Chisholm. Talk about the 2021 tobacco season with UK tobacco specialist Dr. Andy Bailey. Learn about the Kentucky 4-H Achievement Program from Director Kim Leacher. Find what 4-Hers can accomplish in the Achievement Program. And get an update from Dr. Rick Besson about a brood of cicadas that will emerge this year in the state. That's Traveling the Bluegrass, weekdays around 6 a.m. and after the WPKY Noon News Edge.
Well, have you ate breakfast this morning? Because I'll tell you, every time I look at her selection of what she's got for the day, it makes my stomach growl. I'm telling you every time. Miss Kay, if you're wondering who I'm talking about, that's exactly who it is. It's Miss Kay over at Kay's Kitchen. Now, she's been there way before the sun come up, baking the biscuits and making the pancakes and the omelets, stuffing everything full so that you can be full when you leave. Hey, give her a call ahead of time, and she'll have it waiting for for you. You won't even have to get out of the car because she's got a drive-through window now with courtesy of Brother Fawn. That was nice of everyone. Hey, chicken and dressings, what's going on today? Her famous meatloaf. She got some of that salmon patties, country fried steak. That's what's for lunch. Anything from okra to white beans, mac and cheese, yams, mashed potatoes. Oh, she's got it all. Go and see her. It's Miss Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, just a couple of blocks off the courthouse. Again, give her a call, 365-2709.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
There's no doubt winter is here. If you're tired of being stuck at home because of bad weather, maybe it's time to make sure that you have a vehicle that can handle what Mother Nature dishes out. Your home team at Trice Hughes can help you do just that. Check with the home team at Trice Hughes. They'll make sure you drive off with a vehicle that'll meet your needs.
Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Don't be left out in the cold this winter. Fortner Gas is ready to keep you warm. Fortner Gas is available 24/7 and will always take care of their customers when other companies leave people in the cold. Just contact Fortner Gas and schedule a propane delivery to your home or business. They want your business and will prove that to you. You can count on Fortner Gas in Princeton to keep you warm and toasty this winter. Doesn't that sound good? Fortner Gas, since 1951.
When my wife was alive, she always shopped at Hancock's. I still do, but after my fall, I'm not getting around so good. I called Mallory at the store and she had her employees deliver my groceries to my house. Now, who does that anymore? Hancock's Neighborhood Market. That's who. Mallory took time to listen to me. Now, every week they deliver my groceries.
Hancock's, we make time for you.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market, delightfully delicious.
March is here and it's time to spring forward. Hi, this is Pam Haberlock at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Stop in for our March deal and spin the wheel for 5% to 25% discounts on all your purchases, and that includes special orders. We are located right next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living Interiors is everything a home should be. Follow us on our Facebook page.
This is Hub. We are your local U-Haul dealer.
It's time for your SportsEdge.com Sideline Report with Todd Griffin. Talking sports and more here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYOnline.com. Here's your host, Todd Griffin.
Good morning, everyone. The Sideline Report is on the air from 1035 West Main Street in Princeton. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a busy show lined up. A little bit later on, Caldwell County Youth Incorporated President Dwight Meeks is scheduled to join us. Also, Caldwell County tennis coach Steve Cookie Hicko will be in the studio with us this morning as well. Going to start the day, though, with Ford Branch Jr., who is a college basketball referee, among other things. And Ford Wayne, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks, Todd. I appreciate it. Glad to be here.
First of all, I want to ask you a little bit about Tripp, your son. He got hurt the other night in a basketball game. How's he doing right now?
He's doing good, actually. Got a good report. Tuesday morning, went over to Hopkinsville, saw Ken Parker, had x-rays, no broken bones, no fractures, just a grade 2, 3, sprain. Pretty tender, pretty sore, was on crutches, but actually I think came off of those yesterday, and working with Mike, already got started. Tuesday afternoon, once we got back from seeing Ken, they started a little rehab work and progressed. Even yesterday, I had a game last night, and Mike Long sent me a picture, and he was actually shooting some shots in practice. So they're going to push him pretty hard. They told us 10 to 14 days. I think they're going to shoot for 10 days if they can, and that was a good sign yesterday, seeing him shoot threes, shoot jump shots, and work out a little bit in practice. So hopefully, it was a better prognosis than we thought. That night it looked pretty bad and looked like we were thinking more than just a sprain, but it looks like he's going to be able to make it back.
kind of scary when he went down, and couldn't tell if it was an ankle injury or a leg injury, but good to hear that he'll be back because he was on a tear there before he got hurt.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was having a really good season. The past 6-7 games have been, obviously probably the best in his career. He just, got in that zone where he was playing well. The team was getting him the ball. The team was playing well together. I mean, we'd missed Jabiron. He was excited about getting Jabiron back and kind of getting the whole team back together. And they were, I think they're looking good even without him. Last, Tuesday night against Crittenden County. They're definitely coming together as a team, moving the ball better, doing some good things, and so hopefully they can get back and get back with them.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing there was Jabrion had just come back, and you were going to get a look at how the team was going to look with everybody. And I think that same game is the one that Tripp got hurt. It is,
and like I said, and it's disappointing. I mean, it's frustrating for him. I know it's frustrating for Jabrion as well. I mean, nobody likes to sit there and watch games. I can remember playing and you having to sit out for some ankle injuries as well, and nobody likes to sit there. And I know Tripp was excited about having Jabrion back because he's a big part of the team, and just having everybody together. So, like I said, it's a little bump in the road, but it looks like we've got a pretty good prognosis, and looks like we're going to get him back on the court.
That's good, and especially being back for tournament time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's big. I mean, obviously it's his senior year. Like I said, the team's playing much better. I think we won like 4 of our last 5, I think, games.
Yeah, 3 straight.
So we're headed in the right direction. Tournament times, and just we got one more week of games after tomorrow night's game. And I don't know, maybe there's an outside shot. We'll see. Maybe end of the week, maybe he can get back for that St. Mary's game. I'm not really sure. It's just going to depend day to day how he goes. I know Mike's going to push him, and we'll see. But definitely, I think for tournament time, he should be back.
I believe Tripp had scored at least 25 points in his last 6 games, and of course had the 47-point game over at Dawson.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's like I said, it's one of those times where I guess he's kind of, you say they're in the zone. I mean, they're getting him the ball, he's finding his shots, they're running plays to get him open, and he's knocking them down, and just the confidence was building. And like I said, you hate to see him go down when that's happening, but at the same time, it was good to see. It was a good run for him, a good run for the team. I think, like I said, they've come together a lot in the last couple of weeks, several weeks, and so all in all, I mean, he's had a great run there, but hopefully we'll get him back out.
Tigers actually get a night off tonight, and we'll be back in action Friday out at the Cab against Union County. But what an exciting game the other night against Crittenden County.
It was. I mean, it was, like I said, I don't know what it is. You almost wish you'd have 2 or 3 more games against Crittenden County for whatever reason. I mean, we come out strong. We come out playing hard. And they've been 3 battles to the end, all 3 games.
Could have gone either way.
Absolutely. And, Crittenden County is a good team. A lot of good players, a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of seniors. Tripp's played with those kids. That starting 5 or 4 of the 5, he played a couple years with them during summer ball. So close. Everybody knows each other, especially a lot of those kids play football too, so they know each other from football. So it's a big rivalry game. Always was when I was playing, 5th district game back in the day. So it's always been a big game. And, I don't know, for whatever reason, we've had their number this year.
3 wins over the Rockets this season, so that's a pretty good. And I think 10 of the last 11 Caldwell has beaten Crittenden County. So for whatever reason, Caldwell seems to actually have some good fortune toward the end of those games. And always comes down to knocking down a shot or 2 in a close game, and the Tigers have been able to do that lately.
Yeah, and like I said, that was a big win Tuesday night. Like I said, not having Tripp, obviously, I was a little worried. I mean, I didn't know how he was throwing Jabiron just coming back, but I mean, they came together as a team and played well. Of course, and Webster been playing really well. They knocked off Webster County by 20, who's been probably 2nd or 3rd in the region this year. They've had some big wins. They had some big wins just recently, and for us to come out and knock them off, I thought that was a big win, big confidence booster.
We're talking this morning with Ford Branch Jr. Need to get to a break on the show, but we'll come back with more after this here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy offers a wide range of family-friendly classes as well as personal training, yoga, gymnastics, sports training, cardio, and weightlifting. Trilogy has something for everyone. Trilogy now offers an app with online workouts, live classes, nutrition tracking, and more. Search Trilogy Performance Sports in your app store. Use sign-up code 1824. For app info and more, follow them on Facebook.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they're ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've always had their drive-thru, and now they're offering curbside pickup service as well. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. They appreciate your patience and understanding during this time. We are all having to adjust to this new way of life. It's temporary, but in the meantime, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's.
The bed was there, the oxygen was there. He was assigned a nurse. They got him all signed in. We got him all set up. And I think that's when his aide came to see him, Juanita. She was wonderful. We ended up making 2 or 3 phone calls in the night to adjust his pain medication. It was wonderful. I mean, they just were very caring and took care of whatever it was that we needed. My husband's kind of was kind of a bit of a flirt. I said, he has made his way around to almost every single nurse in the organization. You know, the one he was assigned to, the one that came, and I think 3 different ones on the phone during the night.
Penny Royal Hospice, living to the fullest.
We are back on the Sideline Report here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Todd Griffin back in the WPKY studios this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Got a busy show lined up and the studio getting full as well, as Dwight Meeks and Bob Hayes from Youth Incorporated have joined us. And good morning, guys. Thanks for coming in this morning. And we'll talk Youth Incorporated with you guys here in a bit. So hang tight. Talking with Ford Branch Jr. right now. And wanted to ask you a few things about your college basketball officiating. How many leagues are you doing now? Which conferences do you call for? And how long have you been doing that?
All right, so if you count high school, starting in 2000, it's been about 21 years now altogether. College ball started 2007. So, this is probably, I guess, my 14th year doing college basketball. So I'm still Division I doing Missouri Valley, OVC, basketball games, men's basketball games, then also working the GLVC, which is Division II league, with schools like University of Southern Indiana. Also still doing some NAIA basketball in the Mid-South, so like with Georgetown where Darian Boyd's playing, so Georgetown, Lindsey Wilson, Campbellsville. They picked up, actually it's been a good pickup, they picked up some schools like Bethel and Martin Methodist this year and down in Tennessee that, give me some closer games to get to, so that's been a good pickup. And then I also, just like I said, I was talking to you earlier, I still do a little junior college ball. There's, it's always worked out really good because they have a lot of Wednesday, Saturday games. And of course, I'm not usually open on Saturdays, but Wednesday nights are usually pretty free. And so it's really good basketball because you got kids that are usually playing for a year or two and then going to go, somewhere Division I. So I've actually just started doing those in the past week because they've just started in Illinois. It's a league out of Illinois, and they've just started playing more like a spring type, season for because of COVID. But so I'm, actually still working about 4 different leagues right now.
And like you said, you've seen Darian this year a couple of times. Did you get to see him in the Mid-South Conference tournament?
I did. I actually did. I had the semifinal against Thomas More. Obviously, Georgetown, lost in that semifinal, but obviously, I think they're in the position they'll get an automatic bid for sure to the NAIA tournament. But I got to see him a few times this year. I think I did have a couple games with him that got canceled due to COVID. But yeah, it's been fun. I watched him kind of grow up here, and then we got to watch him play a few times this year, and he's having a great year.
He was the freshman of the year in the Mid-South Conference, and like you say, I think Georgetown and Darian are headed to the NAIA tournament because the Mid-South is one of the better NAIA conferences around.
Absolutely, and that's why I still enjoy working that league. It's obviously I think the best league, and I think a lot of people would say that's the best league in that division NAIA. And they usually every year, besides the automatic qualifiers for the tournament, they usually get sometimes a handful of teams in. At least you got Campbellsville, Cumberland's in Kentucky, but usually there's 3 or 4 that might get automatic bids besides the winner.
Now, will you get a chance to call any regional or national games for the NAIA this year?
I'm not sure yet. I had asked about that about a week ago. That should be coming out. Now that the conference tournaments have ended, so that should be coming out because they are going to a different system this year to where instead of sending what they would send, I think 32 teams in the past, now they are doing more like what the Division II level does, and having more of a regional sites, and then sending just I think the final 8 maybe that is up to the Kansas City. So there's a possibility. Yeah, there could be some regional games depending on where they are.
That'll be interesting. You've been able to go to Kansas City before, right?
Absolutely. I went twice until last year when they canceled it. I was actually supposed to go for a third year in a row, and it got canceled last year because that's when right there at the middle of March is when everything kind of shut down. But it's a blast. I mean, that's one of the highlights of my career. Besides, obviously up there with doing the high school state tournament, boys state tournament up at Rep Arena. But it was always it's a pretty cool deal because, like I said, you bring 32 teams in. You play basically the whole week. You're there for a week. Games every day, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a good atmosphere with all those teams up there.
I'm not sure if a lot of people realize it or not, but we actually have several people that are from Princeton that actually call college basketball games.
They do. There's Kelly Davis still working college ball. He works in some of the same leagues I do, and maybe a few others down south because he's down around Memphis. But yeah, he's having a really good career as well.
I've actually seen him do a few OVC games on TV.
Yeah. I haven't got to do a game. Usually we get to do a game at least once a year, but it just depends on how the schedule falls and how we get thrown out there. But usually we get one a year. But this year I've not got to see him.
Well, and you guys are like everybody else. You have to deal with the COVID thing. I'm guessing your normal routine for a college basketball game is a lot different this year.
It's been extremely different. Just like with us playing high school now, I'm glad they played. I'm glad they're getting it done. But there were a lot of bumps in the roads. I think I just looked last night. I was looking at it. I think I had 10 games that were affected this year. Now, I think most of them got rescheduled, but I actually ended up having my last 4 Mid-South games got canceled, 3 due to COVID and 1 due to the weather we had. So it's been interesting. Obviously, when those kids and what they're doing, just to kind of explain, Division I level, just for me to officiate a game, I had to take 3 tests a week. Wow. I'd have to take a PCR test on Monday, a PCR test on Wednesday, and then you would have to take an antigen test on site the day of the game. And the players are doing that too. So that's why you see so many schools having to postpone games, because when those kids are testing 3 times a week, it's going to pop up a lot, more than it would be if they weren't even testing at all. So, and the crazy thing on that is, I've talked to a lot of the coaches. The kids don't even know they have. I mean, most of the time they don't. I mean, they're not having any symptoms, nothing going on. They're just testing so much that it gets caught.
Now, when you have a game, how early do you have to be on site and get everything ready to go?
Well, for Division I games, it's been where we used to be an hour and a half before games. We had to be there 4 hours before games. So just for instance, when I had a game at Evansville this year, it was a 1 o'clock game. I had to be there at 9 o'clock, meet the trainer, get my test. And actually, they didn't want, from that point, they wanted, if I was making any stops to get food or get anything, I was supposed to do that before my test. So after I took my test, I'm supposed to go straight to the Ford Center, go to the locker room, and stay there till game time.
So you're kind of quarantined then before the game?
Absolutely, yeah. They didn't want you doing a lot of driving around or doing a lot of things or even going to get something to eat. They wanted you to have everything finished before your test, and then then they had a locker room for you to go to and set up for us. And but it's an accident, and you really didn't know that. There's some games where you'd get there, and I mean, like I said, those players are testing on game day, so there was games that did get canceled this year. Not mine, luckily, but there were games that people would be on site and a player would test positive, and the game would be postponed.
Now, you guys have to wear a mask and all those things when you're getting ready for the game?
Yeah, yes. So only time that we can, I guess, basically shed our mask is during live ball. So if once we come to the court, and it's been different too, obviously we're not interacting with the teams as much. Usually we'd have all officials come to the center court, have the team meetings. Now it's usually just the head official, the referee that goes out there with them. It's usually just one captain per team instead of having 2 or 3. We're masked up at that point, talking to them. And then you go to the table. Anytime you go to the scores table, we have to have our mask up when we're talking to the scorebook or the clock keepers. So that's been different. But then, of course, and then dead balls. Like I said, during the game, we can take it off. Of course, some officials, there's been some officials that do wear masks during the game, but I've not. But you, like I said, anytime there's a timeout or anytime you have to interact with a coach, we're supposed to put the mask up and talk.
Now, is it quieter with the limited attendance at games, or do you even notice that?
Oh, you notice it. You do notice it. It's and it depends on kind of where you go from state to state. You know, Tennessee's been a little more relaxed, so you've seen more fan attendance in Tennessee. Kentucky schools have probably been a little more, and Illinois, which has kind of been a little more locked down and not allowing fans until just recently. So there were some games like when I did Southern Illinois up in Carbondale early in the season. There was nobody there. There was maybe 15 people. Of course, that's probably, 8,500, 10,000 seat stadium or gym, and there was maybe 15 people there. So they're trying to throw in artificial noise, things like that, but it's still not the same.
Now, how do you call all your games and still keep up with Tripp?
Well, this year I blocked out a lot more days. You know, with him being his senior year, I've tried to be. I think actually when he got injured that night, I was doing the Mid-South semifinals. So that was only the second game I'd actually missed this year, which is good. I think the last, since he's a freshman, it was usually maybe 5 to 6 games a year, which wasn't bad because, you know, he's playing 30-plus games usually. So, and he kind of knew the deal. And, I mean, I hated missing him, and I hate missing any of them. But, you know, it just, you know, in the past, but the last couple of years, you know, I've tried to limit that. I've tried to block out more days. That way I'm not, interfering with his schedule.
Well, I knew you'd always text me and want to know, you know, where you could listen to the game at, or maybe catch a live stream. So I knew you must be working someplace on those days.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, anytime I couldn't. I was watching it the other night. It was, the game, my game didn't start till 7:30, and I think our game that night against Christian Fellowship started a little bit earlier. It was supposed to be a 7 o'clock start. So I got to watch the first half sitting in the locker room waiting for my game. And, of course, then I came in. I had the live stream still going when I came in, and I had a feeling something was wrong when I came in, and it was, of course, when I left, we were up 16. When I came back, I think it was an 8 or 9 point game, and I'm scanning the floor and I don't see him out there. So I'm hoping maybe foul trouble. I'm hoping something's up. And then y'all took a timeout, or they took a timeout, and y'all took a break. So I was able to swipe my phone and look, and I had 45 text messages.
Oh, wow.
And so the first one I see Kelly, and it's like, she's like, you need to call me. And then she sent me a picture, and it was him sitting on the table in the locker room. I thought, well, that's not good. But you know, it's just part of basketball. But, you know, I've tried, like I said, I've contacted you several times because I'll watch it on the way home, or, you know, watch it on the way to a game. So it's been nice, and I appreciate you all doing that this year, because I know that's really helped people in Caldwell County to get to see games, because obviously limited attendance, at home games or away games. That even like my parents, who are just now starting to get out a little bit more, they've been able to watch the majority of the games, and that's we've been blessed here in Caldwell County to have that opportunity for our fans to get to watch the games.
Well, we look forward to Tripp getting back out there and the Tigers making a run in the postseason, and look forward to seeing him go to center and get to play some football too.
Yeah, he's excited. Like I said, he wants to get back, finish this season out with the basketball team. I think we've got, with districts being at home, we've got a really good shot at, winning a district tournament, which we've not done, I don't think, in the 7 since we've been there. So he wants to finish that up. He's got some work to finish up there that he'd like to do, but obviously he's excited about college, getting to play football. I mean, he's been in contact with the coaches. They've actually reached out to him past couple weeks ago, because they follow him on Twitter, and they've seen him playing really well in the basketball game. So Coach Fry and Coach Barnett have been reaching out to him and talking to him. So he's excited to get that part of his life going.
I think the Matt Freilicks team got one.
Did they get
2006, 2007, somewhere around there? I can't remember exactly. Bob, do you remember?
Well, the other night I was thinking, as I was going home, if we win the 7th district this year, would it be our luck if Crittenden came as a runner-up for us to draw them in the first round of the game? I'm thinking, I think fate may be headed in that direction.
Yeah, you definitely could. I mean, that could be a possibility. I mean, we've three matchups with them already. That would be, it's a possibility. Like I said, if we can pull out if we can get by, I think
definitely we're a force in the 7th district.
Yeah.
With Madisonville not being as strong, and we've played well against them. We just haven't had the breaks. But, our time's coming.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's if any year, this would be a good year to do it. I mean, our team's coming together right time. If we can just get everybody healthy and on the floor at the same time. But like I said, we've not seen Central yet. I think we have them next Monday on the 8th. I think we're only going to play them once this year. But I think it's already because of, only one, the first game you play, is where you're seated. I think it's pretty much just not going to matter. We're going to be playing Central in the first round. So, and then we'll go from there.
Well, good luck to the Tigers, and forward to thank you for coming in today and on the show.
Thanks for having me.
That's Ford Branch Jr. We've got Dwight Meeks and Bob Hayes in the studio from Youth Incorporated, so we'll be talking to them, but we first need to get to a break. Back after this timeout here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Fredonia Valley Bank.
From the Weather Edge Weather Center, sunshine on this Thursday with a high 63 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight low down to 35. Partly sunny on Friday with a high 52. Sunshine Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the low to mid-50s. Once again, our forecast today, sunshine with a high 63 degrees. Right now, 38 degrees, mostly fair. Weather Edge at Weather Radar is clear.
Goodwin Insurance Agency and Woodall Agency have great news. Effective January 1st, they have joined forces to provide even more options for all your insurance needs. Together, they provide the best prices and coverage from top-rated insurance companies and insure all lines of insurance. See Tori Hammett or Fred Foltz or go to insurewithgoodwin.com for more information. Don't pay too much for your insurance. Let them shop for you and save today.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's here. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens and dozens of gift certificates. Some you'll even be able to redeem from your smartphone. Shop and buy 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. Save on oil changes, dining out, haircuts, car washes, and more. Our store never closes. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Thanks for tuning in. Again, thanks to Ford Branch Jr. for coming in and being on the show this morning. Right now, we're going to talk about Caldwell County Youth Incorporated, though. Youth Incorporated President Dwight Meeks is with us. Bob Hayes is in the studio with us as well. And, Dwight, it seems like it's been a long winter, but it's almost baseball and softball time.
Yeah, our basketball season, Todd, is winding down. Well, our third and fourth and fifth and sixth, I'm pretty sure, Bob, is this week, isn't it?
This week.
And then our K through 2 basketball, kindergarten through second grade, will end next week at Fredonia. And then it is baseball and softball time. And we are taking sign-ups again this week at the park, and you know that because you're one of those guys down there. And so baseball sign-ups at the park, drive-through, hand Todd and Gary your application, your money, and then just keep on driving. And that's open from, Todd, 10 to 12?
10 a.m. till 12 noon, yes.
That's right. And then also, if you can't make it down there, you can run by the Athletic Center, and Jennifer and them have applications there for you, and you can fill that out and pay your money to them also. And if you can, if you're listening, please get that in as quick as possible, okay?
And yeah, the sign-ups are easy. Like you said, just drive through, come in on the side over by Food Giant, come up to the concession stand. We can hand you a clipboard with a form on it. If you don't have one, you can fill it out, pay, and be on your way and never have to leave the car.
I wish we had a concession stand, Bob. We could give them a Coke and a candy bar or something, sell them something, try to make a little money there while we're at it. But, we're ready for I was out there yesterday working on the field some. We still got some improvements to do, maintenance to do. And but I think Misty has us down for evaluations sometime this month. I don't know the dates exactly. But she's trying to find a place, if for rain, for weather, we can go inside and do evaluations. But we'll give you some more info about that later. I'm not for sure about the dates.
You mentioned basketball finishing up. What have been some of the challenges this year as far as COVID goes with having a basketball league?
Well, I know we started in November, and we were only going to practice 2 weeks and go right into the season. And then that's when the virus hit again, the schools shut us down. And, of course, we're playing on school property, so when they shut us down, that shuts us down. But we reached out to some of our aerial churches, and Christ Tabernacle and First Baptist and Southside opened their gyms up to us. So we've been practicing for a while. They've never practiced this long, I wouldn't think, would you, Bob?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So we had got together as coaches and stuff, and we decided, well, if they're going to shut us down, we're just going to practice, and if we don't play any games, we're going to scrimmage and play each other all the way through until baseball time. And, of course, they opened back up, and so we were able to start our games back down at Butler. And then Fredonia Baptist, they stepped up and said, hey, we can open our gym up for you to play your K through 2 at Fredonia. And, man, that was a game changer there for us. If not, we'd have been at the Butler gym, I don't know, Bob, 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Easily.
Yeah, so that helped us out a bunch. So, hats off to those churches for stepping up and helping us. And, Todd, I also want to tell you, we had a lot of voluntary help this year for basketball. And we've had some, our teenagers, our boys and girls from basketball teams and other things to step up and volunteer their help. We didn't have to pay them. They volunteered their help. And then the board stepped in, took the money up at the gate and stuff like that. And so it's been a heck of a year. We've done good, don't you think, Bob?
We have. And once the season started, COVID has kind of remained in the background. Our biggest problems, 3 weeks we've had to cancel, 2 weeks due to snow, 1 week due to ice. So that didn't set us back. It just made the season run longer.
Well, and trying to get ready for baseball and softball and those things coming up, it all kind of runs together at some point.
Yeah. But, right now, I think we didn't start our games on time last year on baseball. I don't think we did.
No, they were late. They were really late, yeah.
I just see us start on.
Yeah. As a matter of fact.
I think we'll start on time this year. I really do. I think we'll start on time, but we worked that out last year with baseball. I was surprised that we were able to play all 3 sports and never really get shut down, really,
Well, baseball and softball and t-ball last year, even though it was late, it seemed like the seasons went off well and everybody had a good time, and there were no problems that I could discern last year from those sports.
Yeah. I will say this, our fields took a beating last year because with Webster County coming on board, they played their games here when they would play an out-of-town team, Trigg County or somebody like that. Our fields never had a night off. It was except for Wednesday night, and you was always working on the fields. And I will say we've took on another town now. Livingston County's come into the mix now. But my understanding is we're going to play Livingston at Line.
Okay, so kind of shorten that trip.
Yes, that's right. Yes. So that's my understanding on that.
Well, what are some of the improvements on the agenda for this year at the ballpark?
Well, of course, we're still working on our infields. The Tilly field will be all dirt again this year. It was a grass infield, and we've got that tore apart, and hopefully we'll be putting the dirt in Monday, we're hoping. Adam French is helping us work on that. The Oliver field will need some more dirt on the infield. The Settle field, it looks pretty good. We just still, people will be surprised of how much dirt. You'll have that dirt there. And for instance, when I went out to the Settle field yesterday, the home plate is sticking up. It looks like you just laid it on top of the dirt because the rain and everything's just washed all the dirt away. So you have to add dirt almost every year. So we have to do that. Have to check our bases out, make sure our bases. We may have to order new bases. Check around the fence, stuff like that. But we're adding some new signs this year. Kind of tells you where some stuff is. In the past, we've always said, hey, we play at the Settle field or the Tilly field or the Oliver field. Well, Bob and you and Fort Wayne, they know where those fields are. But from somebody from Webster County does not know the Oliver or the Tilly fields. So we are going to number those fields this year. Starting at T-ball would be a number 1. But you'll be able to see, hey, if I play on field 4, you'll be able to see a 4 there and make it a little more simpler.
Well, that'll be easier for people to get around the ballpark for sure.
Right. That's right.
Talk about baseball and softball coming up, and people can sign up for that. Also taking sign-ups for T-ball, but T-ball will get going a little bit later than baseball and softball, right?
I think that's around May.
It's later, but I don't know the.
Yeah, they play 1 month. I think they take sign-ups in May and play the month of June. I think that's right.
But people can go ahead and sign up for that now.
And we've had several people, I think, sign up for T-ball already.
Yes.
Sure enough. And the only thing, I'm pretty sure, and Todd, you were there, 15U does not have to pay right now.
Right. We're taking the sign-ups. You can fill out the form and turn it in, but we're not going to take anybody's money until we're positive that we can have enough players for a team and that we can find teams for that team to play.
Right.
It's been kind of a struggle the last couple of years just for different reasons on getting a team together, and then once you have a team, trying to find other teams in the area for that team to go up against.
And find a coach to coach that 15U team. So once you get out 12U, things go a little bit different then, So, well, I hope we have a 15U. I'd like to see some baseball played on the VFW field, Sure would.
Well, from what I can tell so far, sign-ups have been going really well for Youth Incorporated.
Well, I think we had about 40 at the ballpark, and they had several at the Butler. And by the way, this week you can sign up at the Butler too. We'll have forms down there. But I looked this morning, and probably another 10 or 15 at Butler. So, and hey, the weather's going to be pretty this weekend. Rain shouldn't stop you. Get out there and sign up.
We will be at the ballpark, too, from 10 until noon on Saturday. So, like I said, it's easy just to drive through and do that sign-up. And, thinking about Youth Incorporated and some of the expenses that Youth Incorporated has, I'm not sure maybe everyone always realizes it, but just something simple as, buying baseballs or softballs or you mentioned the other day basketballs. I'm not sure people realize that, when you have a whole bunch of teams and you're trying to make sure everybody has what they need, there's sometimes more expenses there than the average person might realize.
I'm sure Bob's he's our money guy. He can tell you about the expenses.
I was just looking at a bill this morning from the upcoming basketballs, $22 each.
Yeah.
Game ball.
And I believe the K through 2 is even higher than that because they're smaller, and I believe they're even higher. I'm not sure. But we've kept up with our basketballs a little more organized this year, so that shouldn't be as much next year. We just try to do some stuff, try to save us some money, where we can put that money to doing something else.
Well, look forward to a great season. Anything else you guys want to add?
Bob?
No, I have nothing other than we're winding down basketball and really firing up for baseball, softball, t-ball.
Really looking forward to baseball and softball. And again, thank you, churches. Thank you for all your opening your churches to us. And thank you for the youth for their volunteer help and for our board stepping up and taking the money in this year. We've made a little more money on basketball this year than we've done in the past, and just hats off to everybody. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys coming in this morning and being on the show with us.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's Dwight Meeks and Bob Hayes. We've got more of the Sideline Report coming up, though, so stay with us. Going to be talking tennis in just a little bit, so stay tuned here on the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Raider Auctions Company.
From the Weather Edge Weather Center, sunshine on this Thursday with a high 63 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight low down to 35. Partly sunny on Friday with a high 52. Sunshine Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the low to mid 50s. Once again, our forecast today, sunshine with a high 63 degrees. Right now, 38 degrees, mostly fair. Weather Edge at the weather radar is clear.
There's no doubt winter is here. If you're tired of being stuck at home because of bad weather, maybe it's time to make sure that you have a vehicle that can handle what Mother Nature dishes out. Your home team at Trice Hughes can help you do just that. Check with the home team at Trice Hughes. They'll make sure you drive off with a vehicle that'll meet your needs.
Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Been in the hospital but aren't quite ready to go home? Caldwell Medical Center's Swing Bed program is the perfect step for patients in a transitional stage of care. Their extended care solution allows you to continue receiving skilled nursing care, meals, and medication management with the added convenience of being close to home and the peace of mind that comes from a full-service hospital. To learn more about their Swing Bed program, visit caldwellmedical.com.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Busy show going on today, and we continue now with Caldwell County Tennis head coach Steve Cookie Hicko, and Steve has brought some friends with him. First of all, Steve, thanks for coming in this morning, and how are things going with the tennis program?
Well, thanks for having me, Todd. It's going good. I think these young men that are in the studio this morning, along with the rest of them, they're ready to start playing. I mean, you know, they can beat on each other in practice every day, so our season will start Monday, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, Monday, that seems like it's a quick start to the season, but everything's pushed back with basketball, so actually it's more when you should have been starting.
Right, and they've been doing indoor tennis down at Ken Lake for the last couple of months, and so that's one day a week, and now we're able to enjoy the sunshine and get out, and the kids are really enjoying it, I think.
Well, tell us who all you have with you.
Well, we got first we have one senior this year, and it's Jordan Hammett. The rest of them got a couple of juniors and a big sophomore class and freshman class. But this morning we have Jordan Hammett, the only senior on the team, and then of course his probably his little brother Ryan Hammett is with us this morning as well, as long as their dad Tori.
And Tori's helping you coach.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
doing the best I can.
You're the one that keeps Steve straight.
That's exactly right.
I got to. Somebody's got to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys been able to get out on the tennis courts much yet?
Yeah, we've been out here for a week, 2 weeks now. It's our second week, and it's been really good. The weather's been pretty good to us, so far so good. And kids are getting better. We've got several kids that are really new to the game that have picked it up really well. We had a couple of soccer young ladies come over and decide to play some tennis, and they've been. It's just a little natural for them, you know, so they're picking it up fast and getting good. So you boys enjoying being on the court, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what all have you guys got to do on the court? How much work have you guys putting in yet?
We've been practicing for the past 2 weeks, and on weekends for the last month we've been going to Ken Lake and practicing down there, and
indoor
facility, yeah. And it's been giving us a lot of good practice and experience that we need for this season.
Yeah, what's kind of your hopes this year? What kind of goals do the team have this year?
Of course, we want to win, and we hope for each of us to be successful in the regional tournament.
Steve, last year, don't know if everybody realizes this, but you're still undefeated as head coach. Going into year number 2.
Yeah, that would have been a good time to get out of it, I guess, Todd. You think? No, it's different. You know, there's a lot of good things about coaching young kids, and one of them is this is an individual effort. I mean, you know, coaches really don't have to do much except get them to and from matches, and you know what comes with team sports is you got other outside activities going on, and but here's an individual sport, and these are two of the nice players that we do have.
Well, and I kind of felt for last year's team because you only got the one match in.
That's correct.
And, you know, we thought the season was off and rolling. Yeah. And, you know, it's amazing looking back how quickly everything got shut down with COVID right about this time last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, one of the things that these young people do, you know, especially these two, if you're ever able to come out and watch them practice, it will probably carry over into some of their matches they play. They're very competitive. I mean, they are. And not only these two, but we have 14 on the team, I believe, and there's 9 young men and 5 young ladies that are there. And like Tori alluded to, some of them came up from different sports because this program just needed a few more people that wanted to enjoy and play. So.
Well, and no pressure on you guys as coaches, but, you know, Caldwell's had some really good tennis teams lately.
Yeah, historically they have, and you know, it flips sometime from boys to girls and girls to boys, and just in the transition. And we're light on the women's side right now. We have Rachel McClung, Josie Schaefer, Emma Peak, Keegan Miller, and Avery Ritchie. So you know, as younger girls start looking at places to compete as an athlete in Caldwell, tennis is a great opportunity for that. And you know, I always tell these guys, you know, you play it all your life. You play it all your life. If you go out there during the summer, a lot of the people that you see out there playing are ex-athletes from sports that you can't play all your life out there playing on the tennis court. So starting tennis early and golf as well. Those are good sports that all your athletes end up playing the rest of their life. And on the boys' side, of course, you have Jordan Hammett, Ryan Hammett, Billy Wallace, Nick Adams, Bryce Thompson, Graydon Miller, Cannon Littlejohn, Kason Littlejohn, and Nathan Casey. And it's looking really good. A lot of those kids have advanced. That Ken Lake stuff, that Ken Lake indoor, what do we do, 8 times, I think, this year. That's helped a lot. We have a couple guys that assist with that. Both have coached from college, but one was an ex-professional player, and they've been really good to these kids and helped them. So I think we've got a chance for a couple of our players to possibly qualify for the state tournament and win out of the regional level. So I think that's the goal, is to make the state tournament. And then for some of the guys and gals that don't have as much experience, just to get better so that they can look towards that as a goal in the next 2, 3, 4 years of their career.
Well, do you guys have your seedings set yet, or how do you go about that?
Well, we're in challenge matches right now. So they started this week. They'll go into the next couple weeks. So 3 to 4 weeks maybe for challenges. So kids are challenging each other right now. So we encourage them to do that because we want that competition. We want them to experience, hey, I'm playing in a stressful situation and I don't want to lose. So we've had several flip-flops already in some of the seeding. So we'll see how that goes. We'll kind of set that going into each week. But right now, I think we're pretty close to knowing what our seeding will be for Monday's matchup, because we play St. Mary's here on Monday for the first match of the year.
Yeah, that was the one match we got in last year.
Yeah,
St. Mary's.
Exactly.
So, Steve picked up a couple of wins as head coach, and there he stands. You know?
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's the scheduling aspect of it, again, going into it. And again, thanks to Miss Farmer for giving us a little bit of guidance along the way, is contacting these other schools. And some of the schools don't even have tennis coaches. And unfortunately, for them, I'm sure they got some athletes, and so, but nobody just, for whatever reason, just don't want to help these young people during their high school career.
Well, tennis is a good sport as far as COVID goes, because about the only time you really have any personal interaction with anybody is when you shake their hands after the match, right?
That's right, and that's kind of evolved into just tapping rackets now. Even from the professional level, they don't really do that anymore. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, we got about a 18, 20 match lineup, 21 matches I think maybe line up. So we got a full schedule. If we can keep the rain away from us and nobody get in COVID protocol quarantine stuff, we ought to have a good year.
Well, today would be a great day for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, are there any regulations or restrictions as far as COVID goes on who can come to matches or how many spectators you can have or anything like that this season?
I'm not sure how it's going to be right now. We're concerned about our athletes. We have a protocol or a guideline that we're observing. As far as the other schools, and when they come in, hopefully they've got something implemented in their program as well. And obviously the 6 foot social distancing, it will be in place. And but we encourage everybody to come out and watch these young people.
Yeah, one of the nice things out here with our facilities, you can. There's a lot of places you can stay in your car and watch the matches, and then of course the bleachers you can spread out. So I don't think we'll have a distancing issue where people can't do there, or parents can't be there to see that. So we should be in good shape.
I was going to say, you guys are about the only Caldwell sport that can have, a drive-up audience. You can just
that's right.
Pull up and sit in their car. Well, Ryan, you didn't get to speak, so how's the season going to go for you guys, and what are you guys looking forward to this year?
I hope we can just go out there and win and compete and make it, at least win a couple matches in the state tournament if we get there.
Yeah, I think it's been a good goal for Caldwell's to get to the state tournament and catch some victories. Right now, we've had majority of our history has been Bell going over there and having a little success, and Jordan and his partner Shelton, man, they were in a 3-set on the verge of getting a win and just didn't do it. So I'm hoping. I tell you what, I'm really trying to do is get these two to be able to work together, because I think they can go to state and win some matches in doubles.
Okay.
But we'll see, because they are brothers. They are brothers. So Ryan, what do you think? Is that possible? We'll put you on the spot so that we can come back and check this out here in about 2 months.
He's going to hold you to it.
We can win. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell them the memories that they could gain doing that as brothers would be pretty cool. But Ryan likes singles, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I like both of those. Singles, doubles, tennis is a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun to come out and cover it.
Yeah, you ain't got to cover as much court in doubles, so half the energy.
Again, the opener is Monday. You guys host Paducah St. Mary out here. And, Steve, again, it looks like you have a pretty busy schedule lined up once you guys get going.
Yeah, after Monday, unless we get another match the following week, then we start the following week, and we play Paducah St. Mary again at their place. In 2 weeks, we play 3 or 4 days a week. I mean, obviously if the weather holds off and we're able, or the kids are able to play, then that's going to be a good thing. We just don't want to get into a situation like last year. They worked hard to just hope to play, and then all of a sudden COVID hit. So hopefully this year they'll look forward to it, and it'll be exciting for them.
When is the regional tournament, and do you know where that is yet?
It hadn't been announced with a regional, I don't think, Tori. I don't know. Later on in the season, obviously they'll make that decision. Seemed like
second week of May.
Yeah, I think I saw on the schedule that we put out. It's going to be then. So we just hope we're able to play then.
Well, good luck to you guys. I appreciate everybody coming in today. Anything else you want to add?
No, it sounds good. We're looking forward to it. We'll check back in mid-season or something.
All right, well, good luck to you guys. Thanks for coming in.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Todd.
That's Steve Cookie Hicko and Tori Hammond and Jordan Hammond and Ryan Hammond all coming in to recognize the tennis team on the show this morning, and we appreciate that. Again, tennis opens up Monday out here at the CCHS tennis courts against Paducah St. Mary. Tonight, we've got basketball action on the air for you. The Lady Tigers go over to Hopkinsville. That varsity game is at 6 o'clock, and pre-game coverage here on WPKY tonight will begin right after the news around 5:30, so tune in for that. No live video tonight, but we will be on the air with the broadcast of the Lady Tigers and Hopkinsville tonight. Again, tip-off at 6. Thanks to Ford Branch Jr. for coming in, being on the show. Dwight Meeks and Bob Hayes representing Caldwell County Youth Incorporated. Been a busy show, but appreciate everybody tuning in and everybody coming in and being on the show this morning. That's going to wrap us up. This is the Sideline Report here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A few more Americans filed new unemployment benefit claims last week than the week before.
The gain of 745,000. Now to continuing claims. Really, we've been watching this number very closely. The estimate was 4.3 million. Pretty much in line here, 4.295 million. That is a boost from last week from that continuing claim number.
Cheryl Castoni with Fox Business.